Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to go ahead and do my review video on My Little Pony Season 7, Episode 20, and I do apologize for this much delayed review. I've been having some sound issues with my computer lately, so I had to bring it into Best Buy to get it fixed for a few days. And also, I've just been super busy lately, but now I'm back. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this episode first starts off with Fluttershy hanging out with Zecora, and it was great to see Zecora in another episode again. And apparently Fluttershy wanted some crisscross moss from this swamp that Fluttershy and Zecora went to, and apparently Fluttershy needed Zecora's help to find some. However, at one point, Zecora fell into the swamp where Fluttershy wanted to get her crisscross moss, and Zecora's hair got this wet hairstyle, which didn't look too bad actually. However, when she did try to swim back to the shore where Starlight was, she unfortunately got sick from this flower that she came across while swimming back. And so after the intro, Zecora ended up in the hospital. And when the doctor put his stethoscope on her, I loved the drum sound effects that were played. But then at one point she started coughing out bubbles, and when sorry, I'm just got a little itchy ear, but anyway, but like I said, she was coughing out bubbles, and apparently when they went into a jar, they turned red, which meant that Zecora was sick, and which sucks since she's a very gifted and talented character. And so in the next scene, Fluttershy went over to Twilight's place to get some help. But I don't know why Twilight left her front door open, because that doesn't always seem like a safe idea. But anyway, when Fluttershy found Twilight in her castle, she was actually having a cook-off with Spike, which looked kind of interesting. But that's where Fluttershy told that Twilight that Zecora had swamp fever. And so Fluttershy and Twilight decided to do some research on the mystical mask, which was supposed to some pony that was supposed to help Zecora feel better. But unfortunately, they had no luck on doing research on that, on what they were trying to find. However, Fluttershy still wanted to continue researching even though it got late, which is great because it shows how much Fluttershy loves and cares about Zecora. And so the next morning, Fluttershy went into Twilight's room to inform her that she found out who the mystical mask is. And with all the details she gave, I was impressed at how intelligent she was in getting all that information. And apparently it was some pony named Mage Metalbrook. And apparently Twilight knew who she was, and she said she even did some studies about her as well. And so Fluttershy and Twilight decided to continue on with helping Zecora feel better. And so in the next scene, Fluttershy and Twilight met back up with Zecora at her place while she was still in bed. However, she still needed to be cured because another thing that was wrong with her is she couldn't rhyme, which also sucks since Zecora is really good at rhyming. And so in the next scene, Twilight and Fluttershy came across this old small wooden village, but apparently they found her in a tree, which looked really cool, but when they got in, they came across a pony named Cattail who accidentally scared them once they got into the tree. But he actually takes care of the place, and apparently Fluttershy ended up getting excited about seeing him when she found out that about him, and that he was the one that took care of the place. And so then Fluttershy found a book for some information on a cure for swamp fever, and apparently the cure was some honey from a flash bee's hive, which I think is pretty cool, the concept of using honey to cure her. But for some reason, after Fluttershy got the information from the book, she ended up getting the swamp fever as well. And so Fluttershy, Twilight, and Cattail went over to the Flash Bee's hive, but Fluttershy was the one to make the closer approach to the hive. But when Fluttershy did try, however, at one point Fluttershy did try to use her stare on the Flash Bees, but surprisingly enough, that didn't work on them, because pretty much all the time Fluttershy's stare pretty much gets those who get affected by, who look into the stare, which is, and surprisingly enough, it didn't work for Fluttershy, because it usually mostly works for when she needs to use it. In fact, she even got stung to the point where she actually fell out of the tree, and I think it also had to do with how sick she was. And so Fluttershy ended up back in the place where that mage lived in bed. And crazy enough, Fluttershy fell asleep for 3 days, so apparently she stayed in that tree. And that just shows how crazy sick she was. However, Fluttershy did try to use a mask to get past the Flash Bees to get the honey. So after Fluttershy got the honey, which it did work when she used that mask, she finally gave it to Zecora, and she ended up feeling better. And it was great to see Fluttershy make Zecora feel better, and it was also great to see Zecora get her rhymes back. So overall, I thought this was a pretty good episode. It was great to see Zecora again, and I'm so glad we got another Fluttershy episode. And especially, I'm glad I got a chance to see her show more acts of kindness towards Zecora, or at least she's showing more kindness throughout the show by healing someone from their sickness, which I think is so great of Fluttershy to do. And so this is my review video on the latest episode of MLP. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Alright, thanks guys. Alright, bye.